Love is in the air, and we are going to tackle drawing two of our favorite romantically involved characters from one of our favorite shows, Legend of Korra. Before we get into it, and by we, I mean myself and our wonderful artist, Mikel Mujika, let's catch you up on our badass subjects, Korra and Asami. Korra is the series' headstrong and rebellious Avatar protagonist.
I'm the Avatar! You gotta deal with it!
And complementing her is Asami Sato. Asami is one of the nicest, hardworking, and skillful characters the series has ever seen.
People usually assume that I'm Daddy's helpless little girl, but I can handle myself.
Korra and Asami both ditched this guy Mako to become a couple themselves. And at the end of the final season, you can see Korra and Asami holding hands and staring deep into each other's eyes. Ugh, such feels. Much love. So now that we know a little bit more about the characters' personalities and relationship, it'll give us an idea of how to place them in the picture itself. So let's get into the pose. When thinking of character interaction, there are a few specifics you want to keep in mind. Visual weight, flow, and what message you want to get across. In this case, we have Korra and Asami in a loving pose, but not overly PDA because, hey, it's a kids show after all. We're going to follow the lead of creators Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko and have the two touching and looking at each other in a way that implies their affection. As you can see, Korra is putting some of her weight on Asami, who has counteracted this by putting all of their weight into her hip. Spatially, Korra's pants are occupying the bottom right side of the piece, so Mikel drew Asami's hair floating up to the upper left, creating a nice visual curve which helps balance the piece as a whole. Now notice that Asami's face and shoes are sleeker, while Korra's design is much more rounded and puffy. We made a very important choice to differentiate the characters by more than just the color or shape of their hair, which isn't something a lot of women get in the animation business. Not only do we want to portray each character's look and style accurately, but their personalities as well. Korra is strong, brash, outspoken, and hot-headed. Asami is tactical, charming, sweet, and independent. One would assume that Asami would be the little spoon, but if you actually think about it, she would definitely be the one to start the cuddles with the romantically shy Korra.
What's this for?
Think about the scene when Korra finally sees Asami for the first time after being isolated for years. God, look at them! That's so cute!
And I'm loving the hair. Thanks.
Anyway, that's why Korra is the teeny tiny baby spoon and Asami is holding her. Side note, we have a fun visual dynamic that's not normally portrayed. Asami is taller than Korra, even though she's the more feminine one. Great work, Brian Michael and Joaquin Dos Santos! Thank you for giving us unique female characters that we're proud to be represented by. Now, let's take a look at the layering of the pose, because that's also important. Note how at the bottom we have Korra above Asami, but at the top, Asami is above Korra, and in the middle is a visual overlap of their teeny tiny cute little hands. This illustrates that Mikel prepared and went into the drawing with these minute details in mind. The more prepared you can be, the better. Getting even further into the details, the clothing and hairstyles are also specifically chosen for this piece. You may have noticed that both of their styles totally predates from when they started dating. Mikel also decided to have one character's hair down and one up as a conscious decision to further differentiate the two. Even though Asami is seen in many different outfits during the show, Mikel has her wearing her classic gloves to avoid the skin tones on top of each other. To top this beautiful bisexual milkshake off, we have the cherry. Locked eyes and holding hands as a callback to where we left the two when the show ended. Can we just forget Mako even happened? I mean, can we just redo the series and have them hook up in the very beginning? JK, guys. Guys, don't change anything. I love this show so much. Please don't listen to me. And there you have it. This beautiful drawing of our Avatar mainstays, Korra and Asami. I'm not kidding, this show is really a step in the right direction for inclusiveness and diversity. So, good job, Nickelodeon. Let us know in the comments what other heroines you want us to take a crack at. And be sure to send us your Korra and Asami fan art. Subscribe to our YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We will see y'all next week. Bye-bye.